What is up, everybody? We are back, and we got the one and only Bandit XBT. In my eyes, one of the biggest up and comers in the crypto Twitter space. Bandit, what's going on, man?
Dude, I'm good. It's been a very stressful day. I'm not gonna lie. I've just moved apartments and I was like moving things over. I picked today because I thought it was gonna be like a quiet, relaxed day, but then all of a
Yeah,
sudden everyone just decided to DM me at once. So it's been hectic, like doing multitasking. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
I feel like in 2026, you can never rely on a day being relaxing.
No, it's actually crazy. I think we're in a like very weird spot with crypto. I feel like I'm not out of the loop because I'm here every day and but I don't know if you feel the same. It's just weird. Like I've never felt like this in my few years that I've been here.
Yeah, crypto is trading like absolute garbage. It's like we're in a risk on environment. Like we just got a pump in markets. I mean, we just and IBIT, the ETF for Bitcoin is down. Nasdaq's up 1.5%. Again, we're recording this on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So, obviously, it's going to be out of sync with when listeners listen. But it's just a theme we've seen. We see these days where gold is rallying, where Nasdaq is rallying, where global risk is on, and Bitcoin's just stuck in the mud. What do you think's causing it?
I don't know what's causing it. I got really lucky. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm heavy in gold and silver, and I've
Okay.
been since like I think I I think my average is like 3K per ounce on gold, and then silver like $33. But my silver position is much smaller than gold, so I'm kind of kicking myself for not going heavier into silver because that pumped much harder. But I'm
Yeah.
in a good spot. I'm actually very happy with that. I think it's like percentage wise, it's not my best trade, but like in terms of how heavy, I went like really heavy. So it's
Wow.
been the best trade in that sense.
So we got Bandit XBT going long gold. Why don't you just call yourself Bandit Gold, man? Like,
Yeah, sure, bro.
I feel like you're posing here.
Yeah, the funny thing is like everyone was hating on me too because I tweeted about this. Like I tweeted about like when I went into gold and like I'm on Twitter Spaces a lot, so I've been mentioning this for a while,
Mm.
and I
All
did get
right.
a lot of hate. I'm not gonna lie
All right.
from the crypto friends, but
All right. Well, all your trades that have made you money in the past don't help anybody here. What's your trade for the future? What do you think we should all be getting into?
uh, I think commodities are gonna like continue doing well this year. I think there's some AI plays. I'm still like sideline on all that, but I'm closely watching it. So yeah, I think commodities for me is going to be. I mentioned gold and silver, but I think copper, I think oil. Like I think a lot of commodities will do well this year.
Okay. Well, let's get to the topic at hand. AceTrader 100. You have been selected to be one of the 20 celebrities, KOLs, influencers, to be in this tournament. What? Give us a little backstory on what kind of how have you built your bag over time? I mean, I don't know. Have you built your bag? I know you've built your following. Have you also been able to build your bag through your trading and through kind of the different plays you've played?
Yeah. So, but it's been much more on a macro type of time frame. Like I'm not the guy who like sits and trades perps all day, like day in day out. But I've hit, like I mentioned, gold silver. That was a huge play because I'm talking like I went with like nearly all my net worth into that. So yeah, that's like a huge play. But I've been around in crypto for a few years. So like I made some money in NFTs, some in meme coins, and then some on perps. But I'm not like I wouldn't say like trading is my daily, like what I do all day in day out.
So we got you an Ace Trader 100, a tournament just for traders, but you're not a trading expert. That said, what's going to be your strategy in this tournament? Like, what are
No,
you?
I wouldn't say like I'm clueless because I do trade, but it's just
Okay,
like I'm not on the level of like let's say Mando and Min and some of these
it's
names.
funny. Everybody talks about Mando on this podcast. I think it's because he won that last one. Everyone's just got their eyes on Mando.
Mando is good, but I'll say this: I think people are like underestimating some of the other names. I've seen some comment. I think like there's some clear favorites, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone else takes it home.
Yeah. So who? Let's go. What are some names of people who you think we should be watching out for?
So I saw Bob. Do you know Bobby Milady? I think his handle is Sir Bob Ross. Like I think he's number one on the in the qualifiers right now. He's
Yeah.
a really good trader. Like and there's some other ones. I'm mentioning Bobby because he's a friend, but I think there's people on CT who we don't know about who are like just very good traders.
Yeah.
I think some of them are gonna be showing themselves there.
Yeah, because one of the questions we've been asking people is like, who are some people in your world that you know who maybe the world's not focused on, who are actually just alpha filled degenerates who could just surprise the hell out of everybody?
Yeah, I think Bobby, honestly, like I think he has quite a good chance of winning the whole thing.
I'll
But
be on.
yeah, I don't think anyone's mentioned him before on here. I would guess.
Wow,
Yeah.
awesome.
Like,
What have you? So to the extent that you are someone who has some trading experience, like what? Yeah, talk to me. What are the kind of what are the strategies that have worked well for you that give you advantage?
I mean, I trade, but I'm not like I don't do like all this technical. I've just been around in crypto for years, and I do like open positions, but it's a lot of it's like intuitive. I think over time I'm profitable, but I'm not on the level of some of the other guys. So for me, like trading is part of what I do, but it's not the main focus. So I do a lot of spaces and I think also a lot of people who are deemed good traders on CT, that's not perps. Like I think the people doing perps is a bit more niche. I think like especially this last cycle, we've like glorified some people as good traders, but all that
Mm,
has been like getting a CA early in the trenches, or and I think that like perps is a completely different game. So
got it.
my
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like I have a oh like this is my strategy. I just trade and it's done well for me. Like it's all intuitive.
So what? Well, there's something there. It's like trust your intuition. Like I've actually learned the opposite over time. It's don't trust my intuition because I tend to like be the kind of guy who hears news. I'm like, oh, it's going to go down, but it's already gone down. But I'm still like nervous, so I sell, and that's the time that the experts are out there buying. So you at least so would you say that your strategy is just to trust your intuition?
Yeah, I would say so. And like a lot of my good trades have worked out really well, but it's not been on perps. So like I mentioned, gold, silver. Like I could have like done the same play on perps. It's just I'm like more of a spot type of guy.
I see. Right on. Yeah, I feel like that's a little European. Like I remember when I launched Uber in the Netherlands, everyone's like, we don't do credit cards, we don't like that. Like I feel like there's like, I mean, the irony is Americans, a lot of them do take debt, but a lot of credit cards here are just people trying to earn points. It's not like people actually trying to get into debt. But I feel like maybe in Europe, there's a bit more of a kind of play with the money you have, not go 50x leverage or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you say that's an accurate difference between kind of 80-20 Europe culture versus USA?
I think there's something to what you're saying. I feel like that's pretty spot on. I think yeah, we do have like different mindsets. I've kind of, I don't think about this a lot, but not like now that you say it, you're probably like spot on.
So what would you say, or what would you say has been the secret to your success in kind of your big picture trading and building kind of the bag that you've built in crypto, in gold, silver? Is there anything about your style, not talking about perp trading, but in terms of like long-term wealth management that's allowed you to outperform the average person?
Yeah, I think so. What I'm really good with, if I have to like toot my own horn, is risk management. I'm really I don't.
This is the Toot Your Own Horn podcast. Let's go.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, no, I'm actually really good with not take like I know some people who made a lot of wealth, but it can disappear really quickly. Like if you don't have your risk management down. So for me, it's been like a steady increase,
Mm,
and it just keeps going up because I never take like stupid risks. It's all very calculated.
yeah. Yeah. What have been like the trades that have kind of done you the best in your time over the past 4 or 5 years outside gold, silver?
Yeah. So
Outside gold, silver. It's the crypto audience here.
it's like I wouldn't say like I've hit like this one trade. I know a lot of people who's like made a lot of money. Like it's down to like 2 or 3 trades. For me, it's been a very like steady, like slow increase. So like I don't know if we can even call it trading. Like flipping NFTs. Like would you say is that trading?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
No,
like
I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm just curious. Anything that's made you money. I think people are interested because I think there's this idea in crypto, one, that most people lose. And then two, we got a lot of guys in this tournament who have started with very little and kind of built a nice career and wealth stack for themselves somehow, some way in crypto. Yeah. So I'm curious kind of how that fits into you.
Yeah, so like I mean, flipping NFTs that gave me like the my initial bag, or like just money to have to like even play the game. Uh, I hit a I don't know if you've been around this long. Do you remember Ocean Protocol?
I don't.
That was like a very old project. I think it's like 2019, 2020.
Wow.
I hit a big trade on that. I think about a 7 million market cap, and so like on average, my average exit was like 280, 300 mil. So that was a nice like 40x. Um, but keep in mind, like when I'm talking about this is like very small size because I didn't have any money like back then. I was pretty poor. Um, I had a good trade on Monad. So like when Monad
Wow.
launched, yeah, I had a good like 4x long with decent size,
Mm.
and then I flipped short and hit the short. So like that was also a good one. I tweeted about XMR recently. I don't know. This is like 3 weeks ago, so you can find on my timeline. I hit a like 70% on quite good size on XMR, but I'm holding spot. So like this is not perps. I bought
But that allows you to be willing to go bigger size.
yeah, the thing is, I don't know if you felt the same, but I wasn't making money for like my first couple of years. When I started making money from other avenues, like other than trading, that gave me ammo to actually trade.
Mm.
So like it's very hard if you're someone working 9 to 5 and you're not a profitable trader. Like there's only so many times you can burn yourself before you're like, okay, well, like this isn't for me.
Yeah.
So like when money started coming in, that kind of gave me the freedom, I'd say, to play around with trading. It's like, oh, okay, I I can kind of make my money work for me
Mm-hmm.
as well.
How, I mean, that's an interesting theme that I think is important, right? Is how does your mindset shift as your wealth grows? Because the things that a lot of people on crypto Twitter want are like the quick 20x's, which but obviously anything that's a quick 20x can also be a quick zero. So you want to be very careful how big you go on that. Whereas as you start looking at people who just have more wealth, they seem to play much more conservatively. How has your strategy changed as you've built your wealth?
I'm so like I only play with a small portion of my portfolio when it comes to trading,
Mm.
but I'd say I'm more degen with that smart percentage of like, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So like I've allocated a portion of my portfolio, but I'm more reckless with that than I used to be because I know that even if I lose the whole trading portion of my portfolio, I'm fine because the other like so the risk management that I was mentioning earlier, I know that I'm fine even if I lose my trading stack, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Whereas before, I didn't even like I like when I got started in crypto for like I would say like the first 2 years, I was just working 9 to 5 and doing it like as an hobby. So I didn't have like, oh, I can trade with this money, or it was like paying bills and then like a few $100 to trade NFTs. Um, Now I'm in a spot where I can like so like the Monero trade. Um, I went quite like aggressive, but I knew even if that goes to zero or I lose the trade, like I'm completely fine. So it's like I'm more degenerate, but it's like on the bigger picture, I'm not because I'm actually I've taken profit and I know this is play money.
Yeah. What's going to be your strategy in the tournament? We got 100 people. You're one of the 20 selected influencers, uh, and winner wins. You don't want to bust out. What's your strategy?
I'm actually going to be what? So do you know if are we going to be able to see the leaderboard in real time as others trade?
I think so. I think you will be able to.
I think my strategy is going to depend a lot on the P&Ls of others because, like, obviously, if you want to win, if you get liquidated immediately, you're out. Like but I think you can play it safe. So I'm gonna go like medium-sized trades, see if I can hit a few, and if I see someone like taking off, like as the tournament progresses, you have to take riskier trades, like if you want to be the number one. Uh, so it's gonna depend on others.
Yes. I mean, that's interesting because on the one hand, you want riskier trades. On the other hand, you got to survive. Like I think one thing people forget is that like something that goes up 30x, all it takes is 1-0 for it all to go down. It's like it's one of the concepts in trading of like log returns. Log returns account for the fact that going down you can lose everything, whereas going, no matter how much you go up. So, but all it takes is one bad trade for, depending on how diversified people are, but on leverage, for people to kind of drop like flies. So it'll be interesting to see if we get like runaway people, or if kind of just holding your own steady survives the test of time. I would think you need some runaway bangers, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think I'm mainly gonna be trading Bitcoin. I'm not gonna lie. So
Bitcoin.
that's done really well for me. So like as the assets, I'm probably gonna do Bitcoin, and so like let's say we're approaching the end of the tournament, and let's say you're rank, I don't know, 40. Like, why not do a Hail Mary? Like, really, like, you have nothing to lose anyway. So like that's what I kind of mean. Like, I'm gonna be doing my thing, but as the tournament progresses, you have to like take into account where am I as opposed to where the prize pool is or how the others are doing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Can I ask, are you gonna be? I know you're on the team. Like, are you allowed to? Are you participating as well?
I'm not playing. No, I'm not going to participate. Yeah, okay. But I will be. I was going to, but then we got more than 20. We got a lot of people who are interested in these 20 slots, and I'm not good enough trader to get the 80. So maybe I'll throw in like a $9 account just to see if I can be like. So for the 80 slots that are not selected by us, 40 of them go to a pool of people who play for free, and then 40 of them go to a pool of people who pay $9. So maybe I'll pay $9 and see what happens. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Nice. And when it comes to favorite winner, who do you think is taking it?
Who do I think is going to take it? It's hard for me to say. I'm less bullish on Mando just because I'm not sure he's all in here. Just psychologically, I think he won that last one. He's the CEO of a company, but I've also heard that he's the kind of guy that once he starts trading, like, he gets really competitive. We got Keyboard Monkey participating. I think Keyboard Monkey is consistently good. We got this woman named Liv, and Liv is quiet, but she might be a killer. I'm curious to see how she does. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see how it plays out. What's been the secret kind of behind your success building a social media presence? Like, would you say anything? Because I feel like that's an area that you've really kind of come to light this year, or over the past 2 years, I'd say.
Yeah, so I'd say it's a mix of being really good with people, understanding algorithms, because I was a developer for a while. A lot of people think like, oh, like he's just posting. No, like I actually understand algorithms really well, and that's done well for me. And I don't know if people know this, but I've worked as an intern for almost 2 years. So like all three of them combined kind of gives you like all the elements you need to grow a following. And then it's just hours. Like I'm chronically online. Like I don't know if people realize like how much I'm around. I'm probably online like 15 hours every day. So
yeah, I love that. So it's just presence and consistency.
Yeah.
Presence, consistency, being a people person. And I feel like fantasy is an area that you've really had your nose in the game. That's one thing I always recommend to people. It's like, figure out what your specialty is, and then become the person in that space. And I feel like you did that with fantasy.
Yeah, and I think it's also just loving crypto. I feel like if you're someone like you have this goal, but you don't actually love crypto and like CT, you're gonna burn out really fast. I've always like loved it. Like, so I don't feel like I'm working. Like when I say, oh, I put in hours, it's not like, oh, this is work. Like this is my life. I like I don't even know what I would do if I wasn't on CT or like trading and crypto. Yeah. And like I would have no clue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm hearing that, but then I'm also remembering like how we started here, which is that all your money's in gold and silver. So how do I reconcile that? The man loves crypto, but he's got all his money in gold and silver.
I think there's this, especially on CT, I think like there's this notion that if you're not all in Bitcoin, like you don't love crypto. I love crypto. It's just I saw the signs where it's like, yeah, like so, I don't know if you remember after Melania and Libra and all of these things went down. Like we had a period after that, like where people were making money, but it didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
So I kind of saw the red flags where it's like, okay, like this looks worrying. Let me put it in safer assets, and I was still around.
Thank you, Bandit. We appreciate you coming on the show. Your second ever doxed face-to-face interview. Awesome. That could be us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.